Macaulay Culkin was one of the most famous actors in the world when he suddenly quit at the age of 14. So why did he leave Hollywood? The real reason is heartbreaking. After Home Alone made him a star, his father pushed him to appear in as many movies as he could, and Culkin did what his dad wanted. He played the lead or significant parts in Home Alone 2, My Girl, The Good Son, The Nutcracker, Getting Even with Dad, The Page Master, and Richie Rich. But after Richie Rich, Culkin stepped away from acting. He was 14. According to his brother Kieran, Macaulay quit in search of a normal childhood. Macaulay told Mark Maron in 2018 that he told his parents and his management, "I'm done, guys. Hope you all made your money because there is no more coming from me."
I told them to call it retirement, call it whatever they wanted. I just said I would never wanted to do it again, and so don't even bring it up.
The family struggled financially before Macaulay and his siblings began bringing in a ton of cash for the Culkins, which weighed heavily on someone so young. Most of his work came between the ages of 6 and 14, which is a time when few children do more than go to school or have fun. But Macaulay told Maron that his father Kit threatened him with violence if he didn't work. He, "Do good or I'll hit you." He was a bad man. He was abusive, physically and mentally. I can show you all my scars if I wanted to. Macaulay had to take his parents to court, but it wasn't to emancipate himself as some believe. It was to ensure they couldn't retain control over the $15 to $20 million he'd earned up to that point. He has been estranged from his father ever since. Though he stepped away from acting, Culkin didn't entirely leave Hollywood or its influences. He spoke with Spin magazine in 2004 and described all the tropes he dealt with as a child star. Either you're going to lose all your money, you're going to be addicted to drugs, or you're going to get married young. Okay, guilty on that count. Culkin was only 18 when he tied the knot with fellow actor Rachel Miner. They met while attending New York's professional children's school and had a rocky relationship. Miner broke up with him 3 times before they finally got engaged. Culkin and Miner married in a small church in Connecticut in 1998, which they kept out of the press. Unfortunately, it didn't last long, and they got a divorce when Culkin was just 19. They maintain a cordial relationship though. Culkin told New York magazine, "We still talk and stuff like that. I'm always going to love her." Miner, who is probably best known for her role as Meg in Supernatural, continued acting until multiple sclerosis forced her to step away. In 2004, while riding as a passenger in a car through Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, local police pulled Culkin's ride over for a routine traffic stop. Authorities uncovered some things Culkin shouldn't have had in his possession, including 17.3 grams of marijuana. The cops also found unprescribed Xanax and sleeping pills in Culkin's pocket, meriting additional charges. Culkin received a bail of $4,000, which he posted within 2 hours. He avoided the media when he left the jail and went to trial over misdemeanor drug offenses. Culkin initially pleaded not guilty, but later reversed his plea to guilty, likely to receive a plea agreement. He received 3 one-year suspended prison sentences, 1 for each charge, and he had to fork over $540 in fees. Given how many child stars go down a much darker path, it's worth noting that this was the only time Culkin has been in trouble with the law. After nearly 9 years away from the movieplex, Culkin returned with the 2003 release of Party Monster, an indie film that was a world away from his blockbuster roles as a child. The film is based on a true story and is a docudrama about Michael Alec, a New York City club kid party organizer who murders his friend and drug dealer. Unfortunately, critics panned the film, and it proved to be a box office dud. But there was a silver lining. Culkin was singled out for praise, and audiences gave the film a 75% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes. In 2006, Culkin tried his hand at something new by writing a semi-autobiographical novel with an insanely long name. Junior, or Oscar de la Mancha, The Wembling Warrior, and The People I Like the Least. A written project from the normal, well-adjusted, and no, I don't have issues with my father mind of Junior, meaning me. The 224-page book is a collection of short stories and vignettes from different periods of Culkin's life, though it's interspersed with fiction as well. Much of the book centers around Culkin's father and the abusive relationship he had with him, though they hadn't spoken in 11 years at the time the book was published. Culkin explained at the time, "This is so surreal for me, this whole thing. It's the most intimidating thing I have ever done to kind of just throw it all out there. This book is really just a series of moments in my life. Though the first printing consisted of 50,000 copies, the book didn't do well in the literary community, with The Guardian listing it as one of the worst novels ever written by a Hollywood actor. When it comes to Macaulay Culkin and paint, the first thing most people probably think of is Kevin McAllister's penchant for swinging paint cans into the wet bandits' unsuspecting faces in the Home Alone films. Or maybe the scene in The Pagemaster where he's chased by a paint monster. But in 2012, Culkin actually converted his $2 million New York City home into an art studio. Culkin uses his studio not only to create artwork, but also to show it off to the public. Along with two of his friends, he held an art exhibit called Leisure Inferno for his work under the collective name 3 Men and a Baby. In a special behind-the-scenes interview with Live at LPR, they explained the process of making the show as well as how they turned the home into a studio.
Sometimes we'll get together with the intention of working on something, but we don't know what we're going to work on, and then just Hellraiser, disco, luau, go.
Culkin described his 5,100 square foot condo as a playground workspace because it reminded him of the apartment Tom Hanks' character rented in the movie Big. The exhibit seemed to be more about the trio having fun and showing off their art than a serious venture for the former child actor. As a child actor, Culkin appeared in several music videos, including Michael Jackson's Black or White. But he was never known as a music performer until he unexpectedly launched a band in 2013 called the Pizza Underground. The high concept? Parodying Velvet Underground songs by substituting many of the lyrics for pizza-related words and themes. The Pizza Underground recorded live at Chop Suey, consisting of 2 tracks plus 2 albums, Demo and Pizza Box. Culkin fronted the band, providing vocals and percussion. Pizza was handed out for free at their concerts, and they had a lot of fun engaging with fans and creating their unusual pizza-related parodies of classic Velvet Underground songs. Culkin said, "It's intense. We have a children's choir. I hired a 120-piece symphony. It's the other side of the coin. All of our stuff is like jingly-jangly, and this is this big, grand, lush sound. Essentially, that's going to be the end of the band. And this is our gift to the world. Thanks for enjoying our silly pizza band." Sadly for pizza and music fans, Culkin told Marin in 2018 that the band had broken up. Culkin has a thing for bunny ears. He named his website Bunny Ears. He's worn them out in public, and it's arguably his brand. In 2018, Culkin entered the podcasting scene with the Bunny Ears podcast, which is filled with his unique brand of parody and satirical comedy. Culkin's Bunny Ears website parodies other celebrity websites like Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop, with the About Us section reading, "We create premium lifestyle content. Some call it satire, others call it the word," relating to proclivities, diet and exploration, upscale culture, and whatever else enriches lives and promote chuckles.
Do you like lifestyle websites? Better yet, do you like celebrity lifestyle websites? Well, I have a site for you.
While Culkin shuttered the Bunny Ears podcast in 2019, the episodes are still available online for anyone who wants to listen to them. The episodes often feature fellow celebrity guests, including one with Will Wheaton, another child star who revealed as an adult that he was forced by his abusive parents to be an actor when he didn't want to. Culkin said during the interview,
"My father was very good at hitting me in places that no one could see, because, this is the moneymaker, the face."
Yeah.
Culkin's first marriage ended in divorce, and he later spent years with Mila Kunis. But he finally settled down after meeting the love of his life, Brenda Song, on the set of Changeland, which is one of the few feature-length movies he's done as an adult. The film is also Seth Green's directorial debut, and it was marginally successful with audiences and critics. For Culkin, though, it was life-changing, as he and Song began dating in 2017. Culkin spoke about her in 2018 on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, joking, "This one's a good one. So I'm probably going to put some babies in her in a little bit. I mean, we've definitely been practicing." The couple got engaged in 2021 and also welcomed their first son, Dakota, that same year. He was named after Culkin's late sister, who died in a car accident in 2008. Culkin hasn't had a hit movie in a long time. Despite this, there's no denying his impact on cinema, as his films permeate popular culture back in the 90s. Culkin was finally honored for his contributions when he was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in December 2023. Brenda Song and their sons were on hand for the unveiling, as were several former castmates. Catherine O'Hara, who played Culkin's mother in Home Alone and its sequel, gave an impassioned speech, saying in part, "Home Alone was, is, and always will be a beloved global sensation. The reason families all over the world can't let a year go by without watching and loving Home Alone together is because of Macaulay Culkin." Culkin became emotional in his acceptance speech after hearing lovely tributes from O'Hara and Natasha Lyonne, who starred alongside him in Party Monster. Culkin said at the ceremony, "Thanks for all your kind words and your stories and stuff. You know, you made my kids' dad, their papa, look good. And the most important thing to me is also that their papa understands that he wasn't always his papa. He used to be a kid too, you know?" He also praised Song.
"You are absolutely everything. You're my champion."
Here's hoping that Culkin returns to the big screen sooner rather than later and adds to his amazing legacy.